Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. We're in space. That counts for something. What are we really doing here? We're throwing away a lot of rocks we don't need to throw away. You can stop. And you will just switch you to... Can we even switch you to only thrown away? I mean, just get rid of this and then it'll work. Yeah. Copper. This is the system. We need more of those rocks for doing stuff here. We full on rocks. Full on these rocks. Full on these rocks. It's doing its best. It's kind of full on carbon. Whatever. It's all working fine. Unfortunately, what's not working fine is Gleba. Look at it. It's just having problems. It's got a tiny bit of power from only the solar panels. Zoom back out. It's been just stepping down and failing. All the steam engines. So what we need to do is get down here, get it going well enough that we can launch some stuff up. But it does take power to move stuff and get the rocket going. And also see if we can set up a system to actually let us get this actually working again without having so many problems every time. Drop to planet, Gleba. And see if we also have enough resources that we can actually launch multiple times from here. Now that's enough of a problem in itself. Science. Not what we're currently here for. Okay. Let's grab our things. Something. Okay. So the whole idea with this is that there's rocket fuel, and then the rocket fuel gets sent over there, and then everything works. We're full on rocket fuel here. That's some at least. It's supposed to be brought over to here. Put in this box, which is turned off, which is kind of what we were thinking. We did already set this up correctly. Alright. So we got some rocket fuel to start doing things. But then we're not going to be making more rocket fuel in the current state of affairs, because we don't have all the extra bits already here. We have these boxes of rocket fuel, which will continue until it turns itself off. Okay. So yeah, we should be able to set this to place the rocket fuel on this belt, even with only the solar panel power. Well, maybe not. Oh, these ones managed to grab one. And that gets put into the boilers, and then they start making power, and then everything starts actually working. It needs to get electricity for all these. It's going to be able to get the robots moving. It takes quite a bit to ramp this back up here. Okay. That's kind of the idea. And then do we have supplies and things available to do other stuff? We could also slap in a whole pile of spoilage over there if we really wanted to. Anyways, we're at the rocket launch spot. We have not many much mostly structures, a good amount of rocket fuel, and no chips. Making no chips because with that. That's on here. Sulfuric acid. Also a question. Where's the sulfuric acid coming from? Does that require other things? Needs sulfur. The sulfur box is full. I can only start working. And how many of these are we gonna need? I want to send up a bunch of carbon fiber. And by a bunch I mean like 1,500. 15. Okay. It's gonna be 3 rocket launches and then us also. We need a couple bits of stuff here. These are kind of all of these we're gonna have. making the processing units. Especially quickly. And that's taken... Where are you getting taken? Over to here? Well, kinda. This needs jelly still. This is technically trying to make more of these stack inserters. Really worth it if we have the entire system working in stacks and things. That's not always the case. Don't worry about that too much. Well, for right now, let's cancel this. Processing units here. And over here, requesting all the stuff we need. Yeah. 100 processing units. That's the right button. 100 processing units. 100 those. And 100 rocket fuel. Okay. So the other problem is the low density structures, it looks like. How are we doing on... Can we get some low density structures being made here? Needs plastic. And plastic is in this box. Really automate more of this, perhaps. Plastic. That's making low density structures. Okay. Single things for each of these is not exactly the most impressive. It's going. Grab those. We have more electronic circuits somewhere else. These all of them. We got some iron. Got piles of iron. Got any copper? Answer's kinda. So most of the copper went through here, got turned into things. Don't really have as much of a bin in the back for any of that. Slightly concerning. How many rocket launches do we have prepared here? None. This could be a drop down some supplies from space kind of idea. We've got some parts up here. We got processing units. We got the low density structures. That's neat. That's for more than one, so that's kind of alright. Don't want to drop more than one set of things though. Shift left click, shift left click, or control plus left click. Okay. Control. Shift. Okay. Didn't specifically say, but I think we want shift. It's gonna be 50 of each. At least need to start here. Drop some low density structures. Drop some processing units. That should help a little bit. Get this at least somewhat going here. Stuff landing. Some structures. More. Okay. So that'll go. We also don't have like any beacons or speed modules or anything on this either. Also don't have the things to make a whole bunch of beacons or speed modules or anything on this thing either. So, kind of a mute point. Let's just do it on everything. Needs a lot of copper. Get some more copper in there. Any extra copper on here? Not really. A little bit of extra copper. It's accomplishing what it's trying to do here, mostly. And only a little bit of steel and plastic. I'll make at least a few more low density structures. It's definitely a system. Send in a few more pieces over here. Almost finished the first rocket. I feel like some productivity modules would also stretch these things a little bit further. But making the productivity modules would cost a whole bunch of the things we need for making the things that we need to do the things with, so. It would only be plus 4% anyways. That's still something, depending on what we're doing. Yeah, well. Sending the carbon fiber up to space. So we're going to need this to construct the rocket turrets. But we don't have a lot of resources here that are ready to be used, so he's going to send the carbon fiber with us as we go to the next planet. Then drop it, then make the rocket turrets, and then send the rocket turrets back up to be put all around the platform. It's going to be great. It's going to be perfect. Okay. Just keep these going as much as they can. These are kind of the things we need here, so using up all the available resources is pretty much fine, all things considered. That'll be fine. That'll be good. Carbon, copper. Got some copper ore here. I can get turned into stuff. Also, do we have any copper just lying in here? Oh, we got some copper bacteria. Where'd you guys come from? Have you been living inside of... You've been living inside of the inserter this entire time. That's pretty wild. You're dead now. How mysterious. There's a system there or something. Copper ore from there. There's some iron bacteria. Where are you guys coming from? Does inserters just have some? Well, they're dead now. And there's some more. Wild. Here's some iron bacteria. This one's iron bacteria. Not sure where you guys are coming from. It's strange, though. And then in here we've got... There's some iron bacteria. Just get turned into copper? You just got turned into copper. Iron bacteria in here also dying. Strange. And there goes a couple of pieces of copper. Amazing. Fascinating. Alright, sure. That would have been good seed bacteria for later, but if we can replicate how that worked there, just storing it on the inserters, I guess? Because it would have to have been in the inserter as an extra amount after the ones in here degraded and then it got stuck with the spoilage and the ore and such. Fascinating. Anyways, it's done now. Is that all the available of these here? Sure kind of looks like it. I'll make a couple more of these. There's like 20 advanced circuits for each one, which is not great. We can also drop down more advanced circuits if we really need to, so. Deliver this cargo. How are we doing on rocket fuel? 800 in there. It's the only rocket fuel guy? Nope, it's also here. 97. Number of power. It's all full and working. 100 more here. Looking good. Okay. How are we doing here? 23, 29. It's not great. I did want to do a third set of carbon fiber. Send that up. Should at least be possible. 18, 26. It's not looking hopeful. run out of electronic circuits. I just need to send down more electronic circuits. If we're going to be doing that, we might also just want to send down more fancy structures, perhaps. What are the exact numbers here? Before we worry about that. Deliver the next stacks of carbon fiber. Right here. We just need to get this to 100% so we can leave. Okay. Well, that should be possible-ish. 5, just 10% more. That's another 25%. I think we're gonna run out of processing units. Supplies. What's in this box? 79 more. That's enough for another 4, I guess. It's not looking great for our chances here. Could be a copper problem more than anything. Do you have any other real big boxes of everything? Got some more copper in here, technically. That's pretty much it. Or to make... I mean, we can make a whole bunch of these here. Let's put it in the actual processors here. It's got the whole setup for it. So in theory, that could all work. All that processed enough to make one more processing unit. It's not exactly super impressive. This is out of copper to make more of these. Let's make 2 more. How short are we on, let's see, structures? Got like 11, 13. Close on the low-density structures. We're definitely going to need to send down processing units. We kind of set this up for you would have enough of the things to do things with. So we're kind of dropping those numbers down here, unfortunately. But we can always make low-density structures out of all the other supplies we have here, so... This is a larger concern here, obviously. Okay. Yeah, having nice large supplies of everything would be helpful. Okay. And these... That'll get us off the ground here. Alright. Place all the stuff in the boxes so we can leave. Okay. And that is what we needed from here. It's definitely more of a bringing stuff in to do all the science here. This is where the rotting science lives, and it's not worth trying to get that out of here. Anything in here? It's probably fine. Anyways. Yeah. And before we... Well. Let's get ourselves launched off here before we turn off the power forever again. Well, we probably could turn it off already. It's got plenty of power available. Okay. And we get to escape. There's our ticket out of here. Look at it go. Okay. Just barely scraped by with having all of our supplies that we brought with us also helping out. That's why it's good to prepare. Be ready to everything. Can't bring that. Okay. Also an opportunity we should bring even more supplies with us, if possible. Probably restock on a bit of the loyalty structures and processing units when we get to our next stop. Away we go. Okay. Check to make sure everything is operational up here still. Should be. How is everything looking here? In terms of ammo, it's going. Rocks, got both kinds. Fuel, looking great. Icy chunks, still a bit low. Not getting all the water we would like to have. Throwing away the excess calcite. Okay. That's pretty much good to go. And the Gleba, head to Fulgora. On the space map here, there is a route here. That works. Let's observe the frontier. Okay. It's very far. I was thinking perhaps, especially for the front, we could add a little bit further out. Have the gun turrets go to another gun turret. Because that could get us even more defense up front. Especially if we set them to target priority only the medium ones and only the large ones. Just to be more efficient with our ammo and stuff. That'd probably work out pretty nicely. Or not. Hard to say. Let's get over here, though. Definitely still making plenty of ammo and stuff. So when it comes back around, is when we have time to actually get more on here. This is really getting very full. We're just gonna send all the extra rocks off to space. Shouldn't be grabbing too much in the way of icy bits on the lower side here. Just throwing everything off is good enough. Because we don't currently need extra of the other two. It's all backed up and all that. And a tiny bit more copper. Whenever there's space for more iron to be used. I guess through all here. So it's making enough. It's doing its best. So we do grab a lot of chunks here. It's very full. It comes over here. Should grab most of the icy bits. That icy bit got passed. That icy bit got passed. If it goes this way, they get passed. But half of them at least. I guess we should probably tell this to not take the icy bits. Priority this one, filter. We do 2 filters? Another question. This one, yes. Only gonna do one of them. Filter equals this. Could do something with that, probably. A little bit of both. Anyways, we've stopped at Fulgora, I suppose. Throw away a bit of these extra junks. I won't really be able to... I'll probably already write filter ice chunk here. What would that do? Let's see, ice chunks through. This filters over to here, and then it filters over to there. Only some of them get through. I guess some of the other ones, and the ice ones. And throw all those away. But icy ones are still gonna go into this side if they're on this side. Yeah. Well, that's not quite gonna work either. There's something in the system here. Look at all these rocks. Oh my goodness. We got too many rocks. Anyways. We are here at Fulgora now. Where everything mostly works. Except for that. Anyways. We'll drop down here. Make our rocket turrets. Send those back up. Fix the problems. And also send up some of the other things that we sent up the first time on the exploded platform 1. But we'll get over to there. Next time. Goodbye.